What's up, Buttercup? Welcome back to my channel. Today's wrap up is for my spooky October. I apologize in advance. The wind is very bad, but I keep putting this video off because of the weather, and I'm just like, we just have to do it. So if there is weird background noise, it's the wind and the rain. But maybe it gives a spooky vibe as we wrap up October. Let's go with that. Let's be positive. So this month, it was not a good month. I'm gonna be honest with you all. It was not good. So I am not going to go too deep into this. It's probably gonna be a shorter wrap-up video, but I don't particularly like to do so many negative things in a row because this is a book recommendation channel. Let's just jump in to the first one, Cunning Folk by Adam L.G. Neville. That's not rated, though I did read it. I was into it, though there was a lot of meandering and a lot of filler, and the book's not even 350 pages. So I was interested to see where it was gonna go. I was told it was like The Watchers, you know, that TV series, and the true story. Yes, well, that's not true. And I am just kind of sort of tired of the witches sacrificing animals and people and all of that to Satan as a horror trope, plot twist, whatever, what not have you. That's why I didn't rate it. I had no idea what I would rate it. So if I'm thinking about it for far too long, I just don't rate books. You're gonna see this often in this wrap up, actually. Book 2, A Secret History of Witches by Louisa Morgan, is 3 stars. I was more interested in the last part than all the other parts. This is a family saga about witches and how they are treated, and it starts in like the 1830s and then it goes all the way up to World War II. And I was really waiting for it to become amazing because it's just the same thing over and over again. But then for the last female witch in the Orchard family, yes, their name is Orchard, in the Orchard family, the last witch was really interesting. Why? Because it can't be said, like all the other ones, even though it started in the 1830s, it can't be said that, oh, you can't say who you are because you're going to be hung or burned or thrown over a cliff and die because you're a witch. So the writer had to come up with something new for the last woman because it's World War II. It's in the 20th century and it's in England, so she's not going to be burned at the stake or thrown off a cliff or hung because she's a witch. And that was the most interesting part. So that's why it's 3 stars. Halloween Party by Agatha Christie is 3 stars as well. I can see the argument where it wasn't her best work. I have read a few other of her novels and I think those are better, but this was good. Number 4, A Clockwork Orange by Anthony Burgess. That's read but not rated. I had no idea how to rate that. That's usually what happens with classics. And yes, this book is counted as a classic now. Thank you so much. Don't argue with me. I didn't do it. The world did it. So I'm just going with it. It's from the 60s. Yes, the 60s, like early 60s. And I did a review actually on that book, so you can check it out. Number 5, Red Dragon by Thomas Harris. That's 4 stars. Finally, a book that was not a disappointment. I did a review on Red Dragon with no spoilers, so you can check that out. I won't go too deep because there's a 15-minute review on it. So we're gonna go on to Cujo by Stephen King. 2 stars. Wow. The filler is unreal. I gave 2 stars for Tad and Cujo. They deserved a better story. And I'm not reading Stephen King again. That was just kind of nonsense. But that's not 100% accurate, because 7, Rattlesnakes by Stephen King, a 2-page short story that's connected to Holly and Cujo, that was 2 stars. What was the point of a 2-page short story where Vic and Holly meet? I would love to know. Number 8, The Only One Left by Riley Sager, that was 2 stars. Oh my gosh, please. I don't know what happened with October. Like, it's just, for my Spooky Scary Skeleton Halloween readathon, I really thought I was gonna nail it. I did not nail it with these picks. Okay, The Only One Left was going to be a 5-star read until the last 50 pages. You don't need 6 different plot twists within 50 pages. That don't make sense. Why did you do that? Okay. Moving on. Number 9, American Rapture by C.J. Lee. That's 4 stars. I also did a book review on that, so please check that out. That's also about 15 minutes, but no spoilers. Number 10, The Book of Lost Things by John Conley. I DNF'd that. That's not rated. That should have been in first person. I am also not a huge fan, and I already knew that, but like someone recommended that I should read it, so I did, of World War II anything. And then the main character and all of the characters were not relatable nor interesting. And it was very odd that the main character just hated or did not get along with any women except a female horse. Congrats. That's very weird. Also, a lot of meandering, a lot of weird sentence structures. It was trying to go for quaint English speech, but that's not the book, so I don't know why that was done. So, like, I got a little after halfway, and I'm just saying bye-bye. Number 11, Your Blood, My Bones by Kelly Andrew. I read it, but I did not rate it. Very, very flowery language. It is definitely a vibe. And it's also Eldritch horror, which I don't know why I didn't pick that up, but I didn't. And I'm not like a huge fan of that. It was a good story, but Eldritch horror, I'm like, I don't know what to rate it because those aren't my vibes. That doesn't mean the book isn't bad. That's why I didn't rate it. I would recommend it if you like flowery language and Eldritch horror. It's just not for me. Number 12, Candle and Crow by Kevin Hearn. That was 3 stars, only because Al, the main character, got a happy ending, but like, I am so tired of writers who just don't seem to like or maybe appreciate, or I don't really know at this point. They don't know how to handle Celtic gods, and they really don't know how to handle Celtic goddesses, in the fact that he has just diminished the goddess of fate, war, and death, the Morrigan, so much. I'm like, what's the point? Like, she's the goddess of fate, war, and death. She's not nice. She's violent. She's sexual. Like, why are you changing her? It blows my mind. She was not like that in the majority of the Iron Druid Chronicle books. But then, like, the last 2, 3, it was changed, and then she was introduced into this trilogy. I cannot. Luckily, that was a library book, because I would have been really upset if I bought it for, like, $24.99. Moving on. Number 13, The Ring by Koji Suzuki. That was 1 star. That was worse than Stephen King, and I should have realized that it wasn't going to work when people kept saying that this writer was the Japanese version of Stephen King. I'm gonna do a hot take, and I'm gonna say that the Ring movie did it better. Number 14, A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. That's 5 stars. Finally, a 5-star read. Oh, I'm so happy, but it was like at the tail end of October. Now, I will do a book review on this shortly. I'm still very tired from writing 30,000 words in a month, so my brain's still mushy. So it's sometime in November. Sorry, not sorry. I gotta think of me and my brain first before doing book reviews that take a while. But I did enjoy the diary form of the main wife of Dracula, explaining why they killed Dracula. Yeah, that's not a spoiler. It happens. Like, there's no doubt about it. It's in all the blurbs and the reviews and the summaries, so I did not spoil anything. And you know what? After reading some bad books by men, honestly, I don't pull that card, like, ever, but bro, there were so many bad books that I read in October written by men with some really weird shit in them with women that I just wanted some female, feminine, vampire, gothic rage, and I got it. Thank you, S.T. Gibson. Now, the 15th short story book, it's a story, okay. It's An Encore of Roses by S.T. Gibson, that's 4 stars. And that was in the back of the book for A Dowry of Blood. That's all 3 brides coming together in like the 50s in New York City to see Alexei on stage and doing fabulous things in New York City. And that was cute. I liked that. It was pretty smutty, not gonna lie. So, buyer beware, I guess. I think that was a nice wrap up, some feminine gothic vampire rage. I have not read so many nonsensical books in a row for a long, long time, y'all. So I'm gonna wrap that up with, I am taking a pause, just a small pause, on silly male writers for November. And let's see if that helps. Thank you so much for watching my spooky October 2024 reading wrap up. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.